Let's get ready to rumble. I think I've got a new career there as an announcer, maybe in the making. It's that time of the week, titled Tuesdays or Tuesday, if we don't want to pluralise the poor thing. And we'll start off with Black Line. 11 rounds against title players. Always a tough competition, and this is one variation of Black Line I've always found quite interesting. This pawn is my main target in this particular variation, but obviously White can defend it reasonably well, and if things open up, White can get some very decent pressure. But how does White defend this pawn now? This is a very standard plan, and of course, if you brought the chessable Black Lion course, you would know this, wouldn't you? If you want to play this rather dodgy yet very fun opening. And this could get very exciting because I can see some tactics involving issues with my knight here, and opening up the position should kind of favour White a bit because I've got bad development. But a pawn is a pawn, and at least I gain a little tempo here on the way. I mean, it might be an amazing move here, I don't know, like knight c6 or something like that, but I doubt it. And if there is, well played, you found a great move. So yeah, I mean, we're going to do some crushing this week, right? I mean, let's try to get a really good score. But before I do that, I'm going to make my excuses first. I think I slept about half an hour last night. I have some difficulty sleeping at times. Sorry, I'm also thinking. And yeah, this is a bit cheeky, a bit of cheeky pressure, and I've got knight here, but not really what I want. Queen takes, so maybe I have to go knight here, do I? My opponent certainly has gained a lot of pressure here. Okay, we have to go knight here. I can't see anything else now. Obviously, we can't lose the queen, and my opponent's now going to win the pawn back. I wonder if I could have done anything else there. Now, can I complicate by taking here and try to trap the knight? I don't see how I'm going to trap the knight there, so maybe this is my only option. But then I'm a little bit worse because my opponent's bishops are good. So let's have a look at this again. Here, I just don't see how I'm going to trap that knight because this bishop is dominating. So I think we have to take here, and I say that cautiously because, again, my back rank's a little bit dodgy and my opponent's trying to take advantage of that straight away. Don't like it. I have to take. And this pawn is now dropping. Fuck. Because I have to develop this bishop. Okay, so we've got a real uphill struggle now. I don't see any other option apart from doing this. And we're a pawn down, but these guys are very dangerous, so we're definitely worse here. It doesn't seem like I did too much wrong either, right? Maybe I played one move which wasn't 100%. Okay, but let's keep creating problems. And my opponent's kingside is a little bit dodgy. I actually didn't even see I had a check there. Would that check have helped? Okay, now my opponent's swapping off. And again, a little bit annoying because it hits my knight. So maybe we should take this first. Do I throw a check in? I don't know. Let's go here. So I get one pawn back, but these pawns look very dangerous. I'd much rather out a queenside pass pawn, and the ending can be uncomfortable. So now my opponent is going to go for that pawn. So let's defend it in a most active way. And it's a very interesting position. Now I'm going to try to use my pieces, and look at this ending. This is crazy, isn't it? Very bizarre position. And obviously king is should be a good piece in the ending. So let's use that king. And I'm trying to stop my opponent's king coming in. But my opponent's also trying to queen a pawn. It's just, it is just very bizarre position. Vaguely, I would love to get the king in, but we can't do that. So do we just keep pushing? And now we can take that one. Thank you very much. So that was very pleasant of my opponent to give me that big pawn. So we're suddenly better because now we're a pawn up. And we're keeping my opponent's king trapped. I might even move my bishop back there and try to swap off a pair of bishops now. Possibly also try to get my king in the game. I don't know which bishop I want to swap off. Do I want to swap the light squares or the dark squares? Well, I don't know. First of all, let's just keep this radar. This is very attractive because my opponent's king can now not come forwards. And I could even just start using this pawn. Which I'm probably going to have to now. Because of the way my opponent played this. Okie doke. So another advantage I have here is clearly that my king is moving. Now should my opponent actually try to swap off a bishop here, because my opponent's king is not moving. And if I can get my king up here, great. If my opponent goes here, I can offer the exchange of bishops. So my opponent is playing that. I thought that was quite a clever idea. But I think I'm still very well I am doing very well. It's got the extra pawn, and now this extra pawn is becoming a real asset in this position. If I can combine it with my king coming up the board, well, like Hungry Hippo. And where's that going? I don't know. So let's go up, because if the bishop goes the wrong way, my king can come in, and we might as well use that one. And now, okay, don't lose on time, because that would be bloody embarrassing. This, maybe? Weird position. Now, how does my opponent play this? Because this one, my king comes in, and I'm assuming this would be winning in a number of cases. Fuck. Really weird position, though. How do I push this bishop away? Maybe I don't. Maybe I have to go... And now we come here. Because then my f-pawn is landing with some oomph. Should we go for knight? No, don't fluff about. Just get the job done, Williams. Get the job done. And my opponent's... Okay, don't lose on time either. That's another thing that you are really very... Okay. Oh, bishop power there. But a tough game to start with. I'll be interested to see where I went wrong in the opening, because it seemed like I did everything okay. I grabbed the pawn. But then my opponent had this very strong idea. So let's have a look at that. It's interesting. Just, I mean, one thing you should certainly do, if you're playing an opening regularly, which I am, I play the black line regularly, you should, and if you're getting a bit of problems, you should certainly try to work out where you've gone wrong. And this all seemed fine. I think everything's happy here. And look, I have an advantage here. This is very pleasant. And now the computer thinks I should actually retreat my knight, which is a bizarre move to... I would never ever consider that without having a computer on. And that's why it's certainly worth going over your openings, which you play regularly, with the computer, just to see if anything pops out that you might miss. And also you've got to remember the concepts. And the concept's clear. That pawn can't move because the bishop's on pre. And I want to take this pawn with the knight. That would be much better, you know, after an exchange like this. Because the way it occurred in the game, my rook was very exposed. And my knight was also not very good. And after here, we can see that the computer thinks I'm equal still, but I'm not sure how much I believe that. And I couldn't take the bishop here. Okay, it says that this is maybe playable. Maybe I should have done that to mix it up. But this actually is not as bad as I thought it was, because I have this pressure against c2. But I should certainly be a little bit worse, I feel. So maybe actually a pretty okay game all round. And I'm just gonna... I'm addicted to this stupid thing. Ooh, my opponent missed a win there. Ooh. Oh, what move? Okay, rook move 23. Okay, I nearly did it again. Can you believe it? I nearly did it again. I did it last week. I don't want to just throw a game away. Let's bring out the Jabava system. I nearly like was getting too into my game that I didn't think about the next game. Now this is the move I recommend in my latest Jabava course, which you can get on GingerGM. It's me and Blair. It's over 10 hours long, and I think it's got some damn cool stuff in. But I would say that, wouldn't I? Now I don't know what I should be doing here, but developing a piece and defending a pawn looks correct. And now I'm threatening just to go b4. So if he can't go bishop takes c4, he could be in trouble. And bishop takes c5, excuse me, b4. I can't see how he's getting that to work. I think I'm just going to win a piece because takes. My rook's attacking the queen as well. So this looks to be a very pleasant position. Unless I've just walked into this. Here takes. He's got knight takes here, isn't he? And then knight takes here. Well, I missed that. Okay, so knight e2. I thought I could go b4 here, but knight takes here. Okay, so I'm gonna have to go here. Now it's looking. Now he can take here, b4. Bishop takes e3. Pawn takes queen. Bishop takes f2. Ooh, chamois leather. That's what I don't know why I said chamois leather. I was having a conversation with my brothers, and I'm talking about grandfather who used to sell chamois leather, apparently. So why did I say chamois leather? I don't know. Okay, didn't do that. Maybe he could have played bishop takes c5 there. That was a chamois leather move. And now I don't know this position. Okay, we've lost the central pawn, but I really like this formation if I get b4 in. And my opponent has now just come back, so this should be quite nice. Now, can we sink it? Maybe even going towards the center. And I don't want this pawn to move, so this pawn on c5 gives us a lot of potential, and we can consider sinking it. So my opponent's trying to stop that, but let's sink it. I think we're going to sink it. Are we going to sink it? Let's sink it. And now maybe even queen takes, where we're probably going to go into an ending. Well, my opponent's gone straight into it, but isn't that a mistake because I can grab this pawn? And this should obviously be a bit better for me because, oh fuck, why am I hallucinating? Oh, I mean, I have to castle here because it just looks sexy, but could I have, oh, that just looks damn sexy, that move, doesn't it? And there's a lovely line, rook a2, king here, rook takes here, bishop c5. Okay, but I don't know, my pawns are a bit weak on the queen side, so maybe it's just like roughly even this position. But actually bishop c5 check is a big move because d6 cannot be played. So that's the kind of move we should just, like, you have to play even if it's terrible, because it's, look at it, just look at that. You castle. Could I have gone check d6, bishop takes d6. Oh no, that would have made my whole week. Of course, he doesn't have to play d6 and then castles. That is a trick I've been trying to pull off for most of my life, and I missed an opportunity to do it. Fuck a duck. Okay, right. Anyway, the game goes on. Now this one, the rook goes here. I don't see how it helps me. So, shall we just try queening something? Why not? And I guess I'm going to have to move this bishop. I don't really know where. Over here? That was my idea. I knew I had an idea, because then we want to try to run. Run. And also, this check at some point could be useful. Maybe I get a pawn to f4 to grip some of those juicy, moist, dark squares. Use the dark squares, my friend. Okay, but now he is coming here, so maybe e2 is slightly more accurate. So I got pressure against this. I mean, I don't know. It should be a little bit better for me. This pawn could be weak as well. Maybe I want to get my rook behind it, but I think it is really more of a strength than a weakness, isn't it, old Ari? Now, can I go here? Takes rook a... Well, I don't know, but I'm doing it with pressure on the a file, because if I go there, it gives him the b5 square. Okay, that's an annoying move. And this check, he does go here, and if I take, have I got this one? So it looks a bit artificial to me, this, but what else? I mean, it could just be a very strong move, but I feel like I'm more lucky than good here. But isn't it better to be more lucky than good? Here could be. I'm really relying on tactics here, hoping that his rook is going to get trapped. So he's played it back, and now let's just play c3, and if I can get my bishop out, I'm clearly better. So let's go here again, hopefully relying on a multitude of tactics to make some exchanges. And he looks very active here, but I think I'm alright. I got this rook swinging in, and again, when you material up, you want to make exchanges. And now much more comfortable. Just don't play the rook into here, because that would be extremely embarrassing. Let's keep the rook out the way. And now don't play. You've got bloody knights. They're tricky, aren't they? Tricky ass pieces. Bishop here, knight here. I want to exchange this off, but I want to do it at the right time. And this ending, I don't technically know if it's a win or I should have gone here first, maybe. A win or a draw, but he's too slow. And I've obviously got some chance. Well, I mean, it should be a draw because he's very solid here. But I've obviously got some chances to win it because the rook is better than a knight, even though his knight is situated very well. And I don't know how I'd make progress if he just sat. Let's just move this bishop off the board. How on earth do I make progress? The only thing I can do is probably get the rook here and try to get the king here, but that leaves these pawns very weak. So my feeling is it's actually probably quite an easy draw. But we won! 180! Oh yeah. Now first of all, I would like to say thank you to any programmers out there who've sent me an email about maybe getting interested in a project that my friend is doing, or a chess project, programming, and maybe some stuff for GingerGM. Now, I should say we don't have a great budget, but we do have bits and bobs come up that we want to do to try and improve GingerGM.com and maybe some other stuff. So I haven't answered any of those emails yet if you're a programmer, but thank you. I will get around to it. Excuses, but I will try to get answering those soon. So thank you for that. One thing we have done, which I suggest you have a play about with, I'm probably going to miss the next game now, is I'll show it after round 4, shall I? Because we get a longer break then. But just so you know, on GingerGM.com, we've actually introduced what I think is a really cool new thing, this search thing here. And I'll explain it more when we have a break. And also, if you haven't liked and subscribed this video, then why not? What are you doing? You should have done that already, shouldn't you? Do you not love me anymore? Do you not love me anymore now? So I hope you've all been doing well. I do try to read the comments on YouTube. I'm very lazy with answering them, but some of the nicest comments I get are those of you out there who basically say that the videos brings them a bit of joy and helps them sometimes in hard times, and we all suffer from hard times. So if you are watching this in a hard time, my heart goes out to you, and stick with it, boys and girls. You get through it. Everything tends to get better. That's not true actually, but I shouldn't say that. Okay, right, so we're on 2 out of 2. Let's see how we are on the leaderboard, because look, we're on maximum, and this is probably where I get nervous, but I think next time I will do that Title Tuesday thing where we don't see who we're playing. Someone told me how to do it in the chat. It was like settings and then something else. But I should probably concentrate on the move for now. So I'll do that next Title Tuesday. But let's try to beat this Russian up first. Alexander Rustemov, who I played before. Obviously, he's strong, and he's nearly 2,900. But this levels the playing field. The Dutch. Now he is in trouble. This move is an interesting way to play. He's playing it very simple. Just exchanging off, trying to avoid some theory, playing a bit of position. But I think black should be equal here. I don't see why black shouldn't be equal. I've got control of the centre. I've even got a chance to fianchetto this bishop. And in some lines, I might get greedy and grab a pawn. But it's maybe a little bit more simple variation. So now I've got a choice of how I play this. Do I fianchetto? I'm going to keep my options open. Or do I play for the classical Dutch setup? I think against this, I'm going to play for the classical Dutch e5 and play in the center of the board. Now, if he takes here, I'm just going to push, and I hope that pawn creates some havoc. Maybe I can even get it to e3 and open up that little guy there. On the other hand, I've had this kind of setup many times before, and my honest opinion is that when black plays f4, you know, he should maybe even be a little bit better. I certainly don't want to open up this diagonal, so let's play f4, but maybe g3 is my opponent's idea. Another concept is he actually threatening that? Because I have this move, so I could potentially play something else, waiting to see where he puts his king, but I don't think we need to do anything clever here. So g3 would be the most demanding. Now this move, he is trying to attack here. Now b4, I want to, okay, so he's stopping this bishop here, so I should stop b4. And now the only thing I've got to think about is where do we get this bishop? And the first thing that comes to mind, because I can't go here because it drops pawn, is bring it around here or here. So bishop d7 looks logical. Now I have to watch out for queen here, do I? So let's just stick this one out the way because I don't want to fall into dropping a pawn. Now, I don't think there's a rush here, so he's moving his bishop back. Okay, intriguing play. Now this one, nothing, is it? So okay, so let's continue now with moving my bishop. And this bishop wants to exchange itself off, I think, for one of these guys. I don't know which one. Maybe this knight. And I'm going to do that now. I don't think his bishop is a particularly fantastic piece. I could have played this a little bit more aggressively, but I'm keeping it very simple. I don't have really any weaknesses. The only thing I could see being a slight issue is if he starts to come in like this. That could be a little bit annoying. I have queen c5. Of course, being a good player he is, he plays it. So do I play queen c5 now? And the reason I've done this exchange is I think his bishop is not great. And now he wants to come in with this move, which is quite annoying. Okay, so I think we should make mass exchanges here because I have queen here is a bit of a pain in the backside actually. I shouldn't have allowed that. I mean, even after spotting it, I've allowed it, but because he takes. I've got a couple of pawns on pre, so I should never allow this. This is, I mean, can I go knight here? But then he probably grabs a pawn. This is annoying. Why did I allow this? Why did I do this? Why the fuck did I do this? I knew it was coming, and I did nothing to stop it. Oh, you muppet. Takes. How do we play that position? Because my pawns are dropping. Here, okay. Well, here, okay, I think we have to try this one, and we have to go for the e-pawn. Should still be a way to keep the balance here. He can't take here because I take there, but he can take with a knight. And then, I'm okay. he's gone this way, which I kind of forgot he could do. And does he want this check? I've really not played this well, have I? C6. I'm hoping I can. This pawn is going as well. Okay. Fuck! And now he just takes off here. Yeah, I fucked this up. I mean, I just didn't find the right move in the critical line, and now we're in a little bit of trouble. Because we're a pawn down and a knight ending. And apart from a king and pawn ending with no minor piece on the board, the knight ending is the easiest to win when you're a pawn up as a little bit of thing. But we're going to obviously fight here. And knights are very tricky pieces. Now, if he goes b3, do I go b6? b3, I think we race for the king. But the problem is his king is really quite sharp as well. But we've got to get this king in. And I want to defend the c pawn. At the same time, I don't want to allow his king to enter over here. If he goes b4, I'm hoping I can take these guys. So we're putting up a fight here. And I thought my f pawn was a weakness, so I'm quite happy to exchange it. And now I'm going for the plan defending this pawn. But, oh, he had a chance. Okay. What do we play? I don't know which one. Check. Okay. Yeah, this is a tough ending. And you can see he's making fucking progress, the bastard. Well, we just got to. And now, if I go there, the knights come off. But if I don't, then I'm losing anyway. Shit. Very tricky ending this anyway. Maybe I mean, it was obviously just lost, but this is now he's putting it into overdrive, isn't he? And you can see I'm not stopping that pawn. Nice technique, you bastard. Fuck a duck. Okay. Yeah, I just got myself in a bit of trouble. I saw the annoying thing is I saw all the things that he should be doing, but I didn't do anything about it. It's like, you know, someone like pulls a gun on you and says, I'm going to shoot you, but you've got like 30 seconds to get out of the way if you want to, and you're like, nah, just I can't be bothered. I'll just talk about it anyway. That's kind of what I did there. So that was annoying that I did that, because I shouldn't be doing that, obviously. And one more game, so let's see if we can get to 3 out of 4. That was indeed annoying, and you can see that the opening's gone very well for me here. And this is where I started to play badly. And the thing is, now when I look at this again now, it's so simple what I should be doing. This whole plan was not really the kind of shit I should be doing. My position at the opening is great. I mean, I've got... no, I don't want to see that game. Oh, how do we go back? Okay, I have to do it this way. Let's hope the next game doesn't start. So, very frustrating, the analysis on chess.com. So, I don't want to have this weird Danny Wrench lookalike telling me the moves. But yeah, this is much more me, and this is what I'm thinking. It's so obvious afterwards. I'm trying to be far too positional and clever. Just fucking play G5 and make the fucker. Make the fucker. This is the way to do it. And on that note, make the fucker. 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 Yeah. And of course this is what I should be doing. My position's sound. Why am I getting rid of this bishop? I've even said in previous times that this bishop stays on c8 and you keep it for the attack. He's got a hook. Just push the pawn, you numpty, with a great position. If he takes it, well, hello, rook g8, and we're coming for you, son. If he moves the knight back, we use that hook. In we come. Kaplonk, game over. Wham, bam, thank you very much. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. Have a piece of that, my friend. Hello. So that is what I should be doing there. And I mean, I played a number of shite moves here. And then later on, I'm probably around even here. But I didn't hold it together after Queen b5. I'm just going back to the thing. I didn't find the right way to play. And apparently I was thinking about this. I can take, and go here. And after here, go here. And this will win a pawn back because of b6. And I'm taking something. So a couple of mistakes there. Let's try not to dwell on it too much. Next game, we're just going to have to try and win, aren't we, to get to 3 out of 4 going into the next part of the competition. And of course, I can hear Charlie the cat waking up now. It's pissing down with rain at the moment. So he won't be going outside, that's for sure. The English autumn has started. Mushroom season now. If anyone likes picking mushrooms. Plenty of mushrooms out there at the moment. When the weather gets to autumn, they all spring out. Very tasty morsels. I don't know too much about picking mushrooms. I've got a friend who's really into it, but I wish I was more confident in going out picking mushrooms and cooking them and eating them. All sorts of mushrooms, not obviously. There's some that do different things to you, and some that are just nice to eat. But I wish I knew more about mushrooms. That is something I have to learn. Very relaxing, walking around, picking mushrooms and eating them. Okay, on that note, let's play the birds, because we always get a little bit of bird shit in. Bird. Did I say bird shit? And we want to win this one to get to 3 out of 4. Annoying last game, but it's gone now. So I've got to put it out of my mind. Now, this is the move that's recommended by Raven in his brilliant chessball course on the birds. And he now suggests actually taking here and going into what we can see is quite a symmetrical position. But one where I think it's fair to say White has the slightly better chances, because this bishop is very badly placed. My bishop, yeah, it ain't great, but it has more potential. And this idea is a standard procedure in this kind of thing, but it can leave his king a little bit weak. And I'm gonna try to mate the fucker, I think. I'm now thinking, do I really want to mate the fucker? Or do we play slow chess, the fucker? Now, if I take, or do we come in? Then f6 is... Am I worried about f6? Okay, let's go here. He's got a couple of weaknesses. And now I've got this one idea of trying to control the c file and keeping it very positional. But yeah, okay, let's go for the positional approach in this game. The idea of going for the attack, I've kind of gone off for the time being, because of his knight e4. His knight e4 seemed to put a bit of a delay on it. And I'm now just going to try and play a bit more sort of on the queen side. And of course, my opponent is also trying to play on the queen side. So we'll step out the way a knight here. And this is where I'm hoping my bishop can come into play. But this is a very nice square for his knight, I have to admit. I'm going to have to swap it off with my knight at some point. But again, queenside play. Now, I've moved this rook. I don't know if that's right. I didn't even consider taking this pawn, because I want to go bishop here and knight here to get rid of that knight. But I've got a feeling my opponent has actually played this pretty well. Now, I certainly don't want to think about this kind of move. And he shouldn't be worse here, should he? Now, if I go here and here, a bit like my opponent did, is that an interesting idea? But I think I've got to get rid of this knight, yeah? got this knight is far too strong, so we've got to try to get rid of this knight. And my opponent's going to swap off a lot of pieces here. It's a bit bloody dull. My opponent can't come back because I grabbed that pawn, and that knight is just too strong to keep on the board. So this position, can anyone be better here? I doubt it, because neither side has too many weaknesses. My pawns are on dark squares in an ending, meaning his bishop can attack my pawns and my bishop can't attack his pawn. So I probably want to keep some pieces on the board here. And now he's trying to take over this file. If I take queen takes, and is this really something I want to do? But then he comes in, he does take over the file. So it's a little bit... Okay, maybe we should get rid of one. So what happens when you don't try to mate the fucker? Oh, God, I mean, why am I not trying to mate the fucker? Here. I mean, maybe I have to just hold him up for the time being. Okay, I'm going to swing this over. Now he's going to probably go... I'm just going to try to transfer everything to the king side. And I've changed my ideas. Positional chess... Nah, not me. I can also take here and come into b5, but I want to at least have the option. So he stopped that move, getting a very blocked structure. Now this move is so dull, it doesn't really... I should have done that last move if I'm going to do it at all. Okay. Pretty dull around this. Hinting at g4, but h5... He's allowed me to play this, which is obviously a double-edged move. I think he would have been wise to stop this, because this seems like a very minor aim. And he's concentrating to get the queens off. So do we come here first? Looks interesting. I'm going to put the queen here. I think taking and coming over here is certainly not anything to be too worried about. But of course, this position is even. It just gives me ideas of coming in. He can come in as well, not at the moment. And now, do we push, or do we take, or do we do something like king in? Okay, let's come in. Just so I got potentially a g file idea. Bishop f6, I probably have to go g5. And at least my pawns have become a bit better there. Maybe h6 is very clever to put a hold on g5. I could have gone g5 last move, but I'm trying to be clever and do it with tempo. Okay, now the queens must come off now. And this position, well, it's a grind, isn't it? You can try to do this. And this as well. So let's activate the best I can. I don't want to commit these pawns yet because I may want to have the option of taking here. And if I ever move this, his rook comes in. So, I mean, maybe I should be putting my king elsewhere. Still very hard to make any progress here whatsoever. Okay, I'm going to come back, try to go here, then move my bishop. That's the only other thing I can think of doing here. h5 playable, but then I get protected past pawn. I don't want to allow his king in, so I'm going to hold my pawn here. If I move the pawn, his king comes in. Okay, so now he's trying to do something a little bit adventurous over there. So, okay, now, can we go here? No, we can't go there. That was a horrendous move by me. And now I've let his king in. What am I doing? I'm playing this very fucking badly. Okay, let's get the rook around. He's getting his rook around as well. He's thinking about b4 there. Trying to get some activity over here, but I could just be worse here, right? Fucking hell, Simon. I mean, I'm just trying to get my king as active as we can, but no, I mouse slip. Fuck! I nearly mouse slipped to hell there. Playing this so badly, it pisses me off. So I've gone quiet because I am actually trying to think. Can I win this? Not easily. If at all. Shit. Can lose this if we're not careful. Too slow. I'm too bloody slow, aren't I? Just take the draw. Surely that's it. Okay. Oh dear. Okay. So maybe I should have lost that ending anyway at some point. So we managed to keep enough counterplay, but yeah. I mean, I never was able to get in on the king side. It was just quite a tough game until the end. I mean, let's have a little look. At moments of it, and we're going to the first break on 2.5 out of 4. Fuck a duck, and yeah, again, I'm not putting the ball in the back of the net. So around about here, again, I don't have enough time. Queen E1 is not the way to play. Is it king here now? What is the right way to win this? So this is the only, maybe my only winning chance right at the end. You could see I'm certainly a lot worse. So it was right in the ending. And had I got more time, I'm hoping I'd have found the right way to do this. But let's see if I can work it out. So I've got to go here and then here, of course. So this check is very clever because he can't go king e3 because I screw him. But the thing is, these endings, computers are so good at them, but humans, queen endings, very hard. You need time, and this would force his king to a bad square. I win the rook anyway. Shit, so I win the rook. So that was the right way to do it. So that was my missed opportunity. Instead, I played this, which should be winning as long as I find the right moves. But actually, at the end, I don't think the position is necessarily winning at all because I can't do anything to stop him queening. Disappointing, but 2.5 out of 4, not the end of the world. Now, I did want to tell you about something interesting in GingerGM, just while I wait for the second third of the tournament to start. And we have just created, and I'm not showing the whole screen because maybe we don't need it. Go to gingergm.com, check this out. If you've brought a course from our shop, which is the library, let's say you've bought the Jabava London, you can now try out this new feature. Press this search button. Now, it doesn't look amazing visually, but it's really, really cool. And at the moment, we've only loaded in the Jabava London system, but we're going to load in every single one of our courses. And this is a great way to get to the information you want to see. So if there's a particular line in the Jabava London that you're not sure about, you can put the position on the board. We will have a setup, but you can be, oh, I wasn't sure about, for example, what should I do in this variation here if my opponent plays c5. And you can see all the stuff in the course is listed here. It's a bit like G-chess, this. And e4 is our suggested move in our new Jabava London course. And now you can have a look at those games. You can go more Pacific if you want to, not ocean, but I can't say that word properly. And if you want to look at this in more depth, you click on the thing you want to look at. So let's have a look at how Andrew Tang played this. This will now load up the video. And if you press play, kaplonk, look at that. It loads up the position in the video that we had on the board, which I think is bloody clever. So you might be, oh, I want to have a look at the video of this position. I don't know where it is in the course. You can press play, and immediately you can now sit back and you can get an explanation of that position. So it's a really good new way that you can use GingerGM, and it will have all our courses in there. So you can see in our library there's many courses. If you want to support learn something, then pick one of the courses, digital download them, and you get the information. We've also got an opening drill which drills the ideas, but the Jabava London is our most popular course. This is my latest one, and just try the search feature out. It's really cool because, you know, there might be, let's say you want to have a look at, well, what happens if my opponent plays the King's Indian defence? What should I do? Well, we can see that e4 is not the suggested move, no games. So we can see, well, I don't know what we do here. So you can have a look at the theory section. And again, you just load that one up. It will take you, hopefully, to that video point. Bang. Also, don't forget, if you press the board thing here, it's a little bit messy. We need to make this tighter. You get the whole PGN. So you get all the analysis that you might want. So you can play through this on the board as well. You know, there's certain lines, and of course it needs a bit of work. Some of the variations doesn't always get to the, you know, particularly, but like it's something we're working on. Give it a go. It's going to be a very, very cool feature. Just makes your life a lot easier. So you can literally just on GingerGM, if you buy one of our courses and you're logged in, you can find out that bit in the course so much easier. You can also just browse loads of the stuff. Browse the GingerGM collection, have a look. You've got a database of annotated games there, so it's pretty cool. It's similar to what Chess Publishing is doing, another very good site. I'll show you that as well. So Chess Publishing is, well, I say it's a very good site. It looks, and it hasn't changed for about 20 years. Have a look how old and ugly this site is at the moment, but it's such a good resource. I think it's the best opening resource out there. And you go to the website here, and it's really cheap. It has all the best opening theory I think that you can get. And if you go to the position search here, it's using the same software. And you can see here there's more lines in it. There's something, you can see the amount of games. There's like 30,000 annotated games. And again here, if you want to have a look at that line we just looked at, you can see, well, okay, there you go. Look, there's one of my games. You click on the game and it will bring up the annotation of that game there, so you can learn about the right way to play that game. So some quite cool search features there, which will basically just help you become a better chess player. One on GingerGM, one on chesspublishing.com. Chess Publishing needs to update its website, but the strength of, you know, I like to talk about different websites that I use. Whenever I'm at a tournament, I don't really use Chessable. I use Chess Publishing because every month the openings are updated with the latest theory, and you've got over 30,000 annotated, deeply annotated games by like grandmasters. So if I want to learn about a variation, I'll just put it on the board like we just did there. I'll search that position and it will tell me, and rather than the computer going +1, -1, and I don't understand, really, computer doesn't help you understand the position, it just tells you about the position. I have a grandmaster friend telling me. So Chess Publishing, another thing which I really rate as a website, even though it does need a lot of updating, the website, to bring into the new age. Okay, now 2.5 out of 4, and we're in with another game. I need to start bloody winning some games, right? This is the second section of the tournament. You have the first 4 rounds, then you have the second 4 rounds. So I'm going to have a big 4 rounds here. 4 out of 4 incoming. Let's stick with a black line. I think it's going to be a black line day today. I quite enjoy playing the black line. It's one of the most aggressive openings you can play against e4. I don't know if it's entirely sound, but it's a lot of fun. And, you know, it's like drinking alcohol, isn't it? It's not entirely sound. It's probably not wise because you're literally poisoning yourself. But, oh my words, it can be a hell of a lot of fun. Responsibly, of course, which I try to do a lot more of now. And okay, now I'm pushing Harry because one of the setups my opponent wants to play is bishop g2. So I'm pushing Harry to try and work against that setup. Now my opponent has changed ideas, but I made it a little bit difficult for him to do something with this knight, I'm hoping. Now we're playing a lot of boring bloody endings at the moment, aren't we? I mean, he's going to go knight g3 and come in here. That's quite frustrating, that idea. So do we go super dull? I don't honestly think I could bring myself to do that. Do we? Okay, let's use Harry. I'm not sure about this, but I don't want his knight coming to g3 and then in here. And maybe I'm also setting up knight here and something like this. I mean, I'd love to go b5, b5, b4, but one of the things about... Okay, fuck it, I'm doing it now. One of the things about attacking is you got to time it right. You do have to look at what your opponent's doing and try to slow it down. Now, do I have an idea of b4 and knight takes e4? So my opponent is aiming to win this pawn. Okay. Now I can play knight here now to stop that, which seems like a fairly decent idea. Just trying to hold things up. Interesting position. So my opponent is probably going to try to be as dull as ditch water and come in there. That's a saying in England. I don't really understand it. Why is ditch water particularly dull? I don't really get it. Okay, now let's start using these knights. Don't get back spanked. We don't want to allow that. But maybe I just want bishop here. Oh, he is going for the dull as ditch water idea. Okay, but I shouldn't fear this. He's gone knight here, rook here. What was that about? That was probably a mouse slip. But it's not as mouse slips go, it's not a bad mouse slip for him because he's not losing anything. I should be a little bit better here because I've managed through this H pawn idea to frustrate those bits, what are they called, pieces. Hello, Charlie. How you doing, mate? You alright? Hello. You know Title Tuesday? Yes, you do know it's Title Tuesday, don't you? You just love coming in during Title Tuesday, don't you? Yes, you do. You love it. You love it, Charlie. Okay, now, that's an annoying move. Where did you go? You going over here? Do you want to say hello? You don't really, do you? Come on, let's say hello. What do you think I should play in this position? Eh? Charlie is 21 years old. Hello. Who's a good boy? But I'm worried about his knight coming in here, Charlie. Should we go in? Yes. There, you like that move, don't you? That was a nice aggressive move, yes? Yes. Are you purring? You happy? You happy that I played that move? Yes? Yeah, good move, right? Yeah, I thought it was a good move as well, yes. Where are you going now? You want to get down, don't you? And I want you to get down. Yeah, okay, down you get. There you go. Now I've got to finish this game before I lose on time. Got to get rid of that knight. That knight was the one thing that was scaring me. The knight potentially coming in or potentially taking the pawn. So if I get rid of that knight, oh fuck! Oh no! I've fallen in for a tactique. But I do have g2. So how is this tactique? Interesting. Okay, so we've got to take here. And if I take here, I've got to watch out for this one. That's a bit of a fucker. Okay, so it's a weird position, this. I'm not sure I like it. Because how dangerous are my pawns over here going to be? Yeah, okay, you take everything. He's taking everything. Literally. And now he's defending. Oh, that's a good move. That's a fucking good move. Stopping my idea. Yeah, okay. This is not good, is it? This is just not good at all. It's not. No, it's not good. It's very, very ungood. And knights are so tricky as well. And... God, what am I even doing here? Don't know if I like that move. How am I using my pawns here? Not very well is the answer, and he's using his fuckers to come in. This is what we call smelly. Here I do have a knight d3, but my rook's on pre. We have to turn this one around, Charles. Back we come. Have to try and get in over here somehow, because the c-pawn has the words queen literally written all over it. Okay, so we've got to try and get to these guys. Nearly, mate. And I've got to try to get my rook in. Was that really... I didn't even see my rook was on pre. So it was either bloody clever or I'm just losing. This is what we call intense. Now, rook's pawns are very good, but that is scary. And he's... Yeah, hello, Charlie. Not much I can do at the moment, mate. I think I'm just losing this. Fuck. Only idea is to bring my king all the way around and try to get a draw out of this, but... God, it looks slow. Oh, fuck! Oh, shit! Oh, am I holding at the end here? I think I am. I just lost on time. I've just got to find king c8 here. Oh dear, that went wrong, didn't it? I missed that tactic. So the tactic that I missed was... It was all going... I was all playing very nicely, very well. The game was all in control. I'm not going to blame the cat. That's just not right. And a lot of you may, well, why don't you just leave the cat alone? Leave the cat alone because the cat comes first, all right? And now we're going to have to really get 3 out of 3 to these Dyson fans. They cost a lot of money, but they're pretty bloody terrible, right? Terrible fans these are. Stop moaning about the bloody fan rather than anything else. And yeah, it's gone very wrong here. So the move I missed, quite simply, was I thought I could take this knight off when I'm doing very well, but I missed that he has this tactic, and then I'm on the back foot. So I need to just go f6 here when the position is pretty normal. And now I'm threatening to get rid of that knight, and I have this pressure on the king side. And I'd probably be a little bit better here. So that was a big mistake. And right at the end, I shouldn't be losing either. This was a really annoying end to the game. I think I defended pretty well, all things considering. But I was never really better. This was the big point, and it was around here, actually, where I should be... Apparently, excuse me, I missed something here. So what did I miss here? I don't want to see your bishop d7. I missed a tactic. What tactic could I possibly have missed here? And again, this is why I hate this play thing. We'll get out of that one. And let's have a look. So after queen d6, apparently I missed a tactic. I could go b4 here. When and his knight is short of squares, of course, this knight, it doesn't have anywhere good to go. So again, missing a fair few tactics here. 3 out of 3, only way to go for the next couple of games. So I'll just put it on pause. Be back, well, in a second. Ooh, okay. Yeah, a little bit late to the game because cat needed feeding. Ooh, I can't believe I'm out of breath walking up some steps. That's not good. I am still exercising a lot as well, so probably got COVID again. I've had COVID so many bloody times now. How many times have I had it? I had it like 3 or 4 times at least. Okay, so we've got a Trompowski, and you can get some quite fun positions in the tromp. But this is a good system that my opponent is playing. I think in this line, black should get a pawn to f5 before I can stop that idea. So my opponent's done that, and probably about even. I don't see why I should be any better in this position. That bishop is not very good, so I don't really want to take it, but what else to do? Okay, well, I'm going to do this for now, so I leave myself some potential. And now we've got to use Harry to try and make the game a bit more interesting. Okay, and this certainly looks a bit more interesting now. My opponent opening up the centre. Very exciting move there. Okay, now what's the idea? I've got to watch out for Queen d5. And that was a really good move for my opponent, trying to open up the position, but we'll have to do a bit of weathering of storms. Now takes. The rook comes here. We've got a number of moves. I've got this square, but I've also got bishop move. I don't really want to drop that pawn, but what else can we do? Knight here. Okay, so not that happy the way this is going. I want to try to castle queenside, but I just don't know. It looks so risky. Okay, let's do it. Let's go here and castle queenside. But I'm certainly not better here. My opponent's going to have very good chances to attack me. And I've got the h-pawn, so at least we're making it a little bit more interesting. And this is problem number 1. Okay, so let's put the rook there because it's supported on that square. And for the moment, I've given up the idea of attacking on the king side because I just don't see, I don't have any ways to break through. So I'm trying to concentrate more on the center. I'm trying to basically keep my king as good as can be. So I want to get an ending because this would be a lovely ending, I feel, with this bishop versus this knight, because all my opponent's pawns are unmobile, meaning, well, I'm sure you know what the meaning of unmobile is. They can't move. And the bishop is not good, and my knight can sort of jump in, so I feel like that would be good. So my opponent's stopping any ideas that, and I missed this one. Fuck. So is it now time to come in? Okay, let's go for it. So we have to fight fire with fire. Probably wouldn't have wanted that. I would have wanted to stop that move had I had a better chance, but we didn't. And now something like rook e8 seems forced. No, rook e8, and I could take here. Then I got rook d7, so this is a bit dangerous for my opponent now. So she has to go rook e8 takes, rook takes, and I can take there, takes, and go like rook g1, and I'm getting a little bit, or maybe even queen f6. I'm getting a little bit quick over on the king side in that position. So my opponent has played this, now has to go here, so we have to take, I think, and now we're coming in. And if my opponent goes into an ending, I can grab this pawn. So my opponent's maybe one tempo slow here, as in these guys are dropping. Okay, now rook here, probably correct, but this far very tempting. I don't really want to get up. c5 might be clever, because of this I have check. No, king here, check, mate. And this is also good for any ending, so the endings will be winning for me. Now, still, I don't think my opponent can take his. This check still wins, so let's start tightening the screw here. This doesn't work because of the check, and now I'm controlling more squares with this rook. My opponent can't break because of g6, and it's a very tricky position for black now. Black running out of possibilities. Maybe just has to sit with rook here. And then I can even potentially come in. I don't think I want to be grabbing this one as yet. So my opponent's gone for the ending. But there's a number of reasons why this ending is very, very bad. And one of them is I'm basically a pawn up. This pawn. I could have won a pawn. Maybe I should have won a pawn. But I'm just trying to squeeze now. And it's time now to queen this pawn. And this pawn is just too strong. With the king evolved as well. I don't even need to grab this pawn. Pass pawns win endings. And we can slowly maneuver our way. And maybe I will take this pawn. There's no reason why I shouldn't. But here we go. It's getting nearer and nearer. And it's just too strong, this pawn. We give a check. And we'll come over here. Maybe this square is even a bit more accurate. And my opponent can now resign. There we go. So actually, in some ways, that was a smooth game. I needed a smooth game there after some of the bad games earlier. And we need to win the next two. So win the next two on 5.5, 6, 7. So we have to win every game to get... How on earth did I ever get 8.5 out of 11? Does anyone know? I'm sure one of these Title Tuesdays I actually got 8.5 out of 11. How the hell did I do that? Next week, remind me to get rid of the name of my opponents, because we'll try that. That could be quite a fun experiment. And that was, I think, one of the smoother games there. Not going to be perfect by any means, but it was a lot better. You can see the graph. So my opponent did missed a moment here. What? Yeah. Oh yeah, knight here. Bloody hell! Is that? Wow. How did we both miss this? It's so easy afterwards, isn't it? It's so easy afterwards. I forgot how crap my opening was. I have to say, I forgot how bad things went wrong here. My opponent played some great moves actually earlier on, because it was around about this moment where I'm quite happy and I want to close the position down and then I want to attack like this. But my opponent plays, this is a great move. This is a sign of a class player. My opponent realizes that she has to open things up, and this opens up many attacking chances while my king is not very secure, because it doesn't really want to go over here because of the lack of protection. And now if it goes over here, it's always going to be open lines. So this was a star move, and after this move I'm certainly worse. So that was something which, yeah, well played by my opponent, but we both missed that tactical, thank God, that tactical chance there. And who's leading Title Tuesday? This little kid, Den Lazaric, is leading. And we've got Fabi up there, because they've got this event in London going on, haven't they? Where a lot of top players are at. And yeah, we'll did I see Feingold up there? Oh my God, what has the world come to? But we're halfway through now, so round 6 of 11. There's 5 to go. I'm fully warmed up, and we're in straight away with another game. So let's maybe get another black line on the board. I think we've done all right with the black line. Oh no, I lost that game, but I'm getting very good positions of the black line, so I can't complain. At some point with the black line, I've been winning all along. So, but you know what's better than a black line? It is a Dutch up. So let's get the Dutch on the board. Now I already love this setup. Now my opponent can take here now. Now this c6 I think is a better move than knight c6, but knight c6 is more aggressive. The reason I think c6 is better is like you keep an eye on this knight coming to d5, and knight d5 is clearly a good move from my opponent now. But the reason I play this one is you can get some interesting attacking chances. I had last week, I think, with the queen coming over here, and after knight here I'd probably have to come back knight d8, and I expect, well, white is definitely fine there, and not not so much, because I get my queen over, and I think now it's fair to say the position is just unclear, because this gives me my route 1 attack. Okay, so how do we play against this now? Do we capture, bring the bishop in? Do we sack the pawn? Do we just play it very calm by retreating this? Now taking here feels okay. The only thing I'm a little bit wondering about is this pawn. Taking that way, that is a really weird decision. Normally C makes more sense because of this file. So interesting choice from my opponent, and maybe even a good choice. I like having the knight here in general, but I don't know. This is intriguing, this position. I don't want to swap queens, so we've done enough queen exchanges. If the knight comes here, I have to drop back to defend. Yes, maybe this was actually a very clever way that my opponent's played this, with just an interesting position here. From experience, we can attack by using the h-pawn. The bishop is blocked in. f4 is a good move for my opponent. My opponent's playing many decent moves. But first of all, is it worth stopping this one? I don't know. No, let's get on with it. There's no point defending. So we just want to try and butter this one up. And also the knight might want to switch into g4. Knight comes here, we'll come back. I don't think we need to play this. Oh, well, maybe I should have played that because my opponent can take this one. Maybe a6 was a useful thing to do because my opponent can come in and grab the pawn on a7 now in this position, which he decides not to do. So I'm going to play this move, so we're just going to stop that. And if this pawn comes up, hopefully I can keep it blocked somehow or something like this, because what I want to do, I'm weakest on the queen side. I want to try to keep the queen. Okay, my opponent is playing here, and now I have to, it's getting very blocked up, but positionally this has helped me. So I killed the bishop, and these double pawns are now a bit more prominent, and I get a very useful passed pawn. So now my knight should certainly come over here. So it's blocked, but there's still chances. Bring the knight, push with the pawn. Okay, so let's get the knight ready to improve itself, and I might at some point have b5. My opponent is really going for the ultimate blockade now. What a don't say the word, Simon. It's not polite. If you haven't got anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. And I think I have to play this. Otherwise, the position is just too blocked. I mean, do I flick this in first? And, I mean, that knight was a good piece. I can try to do this, but knowing my opponent, he's just going to go here. Okay, let's play on the other side. I don't want to swap queens. So queen here, at least I can exchange and take on c4. And we're just trying to keep it interesting with this potential. So c6 is the move I'll be most worried about. Then if I take here, rook here, looks all right for my opponent, that. So this way I'm a little bit more happy because surely my bishop has now found quite a nice way in. Now this is where we start thinking about tactics. But let's go for it. Let's get the rook here and go for it. My opponent should be punished for this quiet play. Okay, so we're going to go here, threatening this one, and I'm hoping to get bishop takes h4 in. My pieces have certainly got better over the last moves. Now, does this work? I don't see the follow-up. Do I have bishop here? Fuck, what kind of bonkers idea is that? Bishop on acid. Bishop takes here. Does that work somehow? It's the kind of move that should bloody work, but I can't see how. I can't see any move that works, so I'm just going to play this. And my opponent is now trying to come here and stop all of my fun. You bastard. Ah, now, is there not anything happening here? Bishop here. Nothing really happening. Okay, well, I can't. Surely there's something here. What am I missing, guys? Can't see it. Aha. Okay, this move. This is a good move. Yes, that is the one. Missed this idea. Now, knight f2. Okay, and we win that nice pawn. Now, I have to get rid of that one. Too damn strong. And get ready to play e3 if my opponent moves the bishop. But shit, am I losing my queen? What the fuck? Actual fuck is happening here? Oh my god, he's actually winning my queen. The bloody hell. Oh, how did I do that? So we're trying to throw in some madness here. Rook takes or pawn. Okay, we'll do this. Do we do this? Then here, what the fuck? Let's take this one somehow. Don't know if I should have done that last move. Weird position. Oh, hello. I will use that pawn as well. Thank you. Shit. Fuck a duck. Am I... What? Come on, move, you muppet. Oof. I had to stop this threat. Where the fuck is the win, Williams? Boom! Put that in your pot and smoke it. Brilliant queen sacrifice. I somehow managed to get my queen absolutely trapped there. And you know what I'm like when I've got no time? I become a gibbering mess. And yeah, what was happening? What was happening there? I don't know. That was just a lot of fun. I probably missed an easier win, but the reason I froze, it was... I mean, this was all crazy. I mean, did I have an easier win? I must have had an easier win there. But the reason I froze in this position, I very nearly played rook e8 with the idea of trying to get this rook in, because I wanted to keep this rook behind here. But I suddenly realised if I go here, queen b7, and oh my words, I'm suddenly completely lost. So I froze, and rook f8 is actually a good move. But I didn't want to take my rook away from the pawn. And I think I'm winning this mad position. And here, this seemed right to get my opponent's queen away. Where is the easiest win? It's maybe something like this. Here, check, here. And then, okay, so maybe I did play this right. I think this is okay. We might as well just, you know, and I think this is correct because I want my opponent's rook away from the pawn. And I might as well take this one because it gives me the G pawn. And this is also the best move, according to the computer. So I'm playing like a bloody genius here. Absolute genius. And now I just toyed with him. You know, just tickle the balls. And there we go. Checkmate. Tickle, tickle, tickle. There you go. Smooth. Okay, so that was round 7. So we need to win the next round, and then we're sort of okay. Then we are sort of okay. If we win the next one. So we got a tough game here. We're playing a 28-20. Now I'm sticking to D4 for this one because I feel like D4 is my main. It's my main weapon. This. I obviously play other moves, C4, E4. I should play C4 more often. But you get this kind of position if you play C4. And now, can I remember my new course? The boar attack. Or this one. This is the latest GingerGM course. Can I remember it? This move, very, very interesting way to approach. And my opponent's playing the main line where they take and go E5. This is all analysed in the GingerGM course, gingergm.com if you want to learn about this. I'll probably lose in 10 moves now and regret saying that. Now, this one is key. If bishop here, we take here. If the knight comes out, we go d5. This is all in the course. And I did analyse this with computers. And this is one of the better lines of black, no doubt about it. And now you've got to defend the bishop because the queen's threatening to go there. So this is the key line. A6 now. This is all very, very sharp, very tactical because I'm threatening just to win the knight here. Castle's an interesting option but doesn't quite get enough play. A6, bishop here, and then okay, this one is interesting, but I can't. Let's take that one. Now, can I remember what I'm supposed to do here? No, is the here, knight here looks scary. Okay, so we're going to go here, try to keep it solid. So I'm a piece up, but my opponent is attacking. Now, this shouldn't really work for black, but in a blitz game, this has got chances, clearly. But in a real game, white should be very comfortable here. Charlie, you're making a lot of noise there, mate. Okay. And yeah, I want to obviously get castled and just consolidate my extra piece. So my opponent takes here. My bishop probably belongs on c4. My opponent brings a piece here. I go here. I wanted to... Okay, so this move. What the fuck is going on here, boys and girls? Well, I think I have to take. And my opponent's idea is to take here. But he's swapping off a lot of pieces. Now, do I flick this? I don't think there's any threats, so I'm quite happy the way this is going. But then he's got rook here, so we don't want to give him tempos like that. Now here, I can try to get my bishop around. Maybe I should have done something with his pawn. C7 may be the critical move, but then rook d4. Then I could have gone... Yeah, this move is certainly very interesting. My opponent throwing everything at me, but he's got to, really, because he sacrificed a piece. And now if he takes... King takes. He's check here. He hasn't done that. Surprising. What is going on here? Takes. Or do I develop a piece? So confusing, this. I really want to grab, but I think that's a little bit too greedy, no? Oh, fuck it. Let's grab it. Now, this one. Do I go king takes? So check. Can I go here? Actually, I'm a little bit scared now, I have to say. But now I'm threatening this. My opponent, if he takes my knight, can I go pawn takes? I'm hoping. Got to watch out for many nasty things here. I'm hoping this pawn gives me some counter-attacking chances. Rook b1. So, for example, g6. Maybe rook b1. And my queen stops this check. It is a whole rook. Now, what about bishop here? That could be... very good move. With the idea of coming into d3. Wow, that's a great move. So this is where I love attacking these positions, not defending. Bishop c4. And if rook here, he has check here. How do I defend that? Now this one, I did not see. So, is this brilliant? Is this brilliant? I have to take. Why am I thinking? And now is he just going for a draw here? Now if I come back, check. Okay, now here, is he just going for the perpetual? What? Why do I do that? Well, oh no, I went the wrong way. I forgot. Oh, maybe it's... Oh. Oh, fuck. Oh, very nice game from my opponent there. But I should not be losing this. So, it is mate. Wow. Let's see what the computer says about that. So it's not sound, the sacrifice, but I fell apart. Very hard. So this is where I went wrong. I have to move my king. This is the wrong way. I have to come this way and I'm probably winning. Anyway, guys, I haven't done this for a while. I'm lacking a bit of sleep. I'm gonna do my rage quitting. Do like, do subscribe, do all that. But that is enough punishment for one day. That game brilliantly played attack from my opponent. So well done for him for pulling that attack off. Very impressive. And it is harder to defend than attack. So I moved my king the wrong way. I forgot about this brilliant bishop f5 move. Was fantastic, wasn't it? This is an amazing move. And the way that I should have won this is after this check, I have to come this way. And I think this should be winning because my king's a lot safer here. I can defend my king with my knight. It is a rook after all, and this would have been the way to win. But well done to my opponent for bishop f5. Cheers, everyone, and yeah, until next time.